going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Holmes Hobbies Motor Control. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman. We're in the studio, my favorite place to hang out. And basically, I was sitting here trying to think, what am I going to talk about today? We always talk about a Holmes Hobbies product on here, and so far we've had this trend of talking about ES season motors. Well, that's because they're known for ES season motors, which got me thinking, well, what are they not known for? Well, they're not really known for their drivetrain components or the other products they offer, and a lot of people don't understand how versatile that company is. They are extremely versatile. They like to get their hands wet in a lot of different things. So, that being said, they are always making cool products. A lot of cool things pop out of that shop. And one of the things I want to talk about today, matter of fact, let me just grab it down now, is this. This is the Torque Master Spool. This is a drivetrain component that I use a lot, and I never seem to talk about it. I use this in the majority of my trucks, actually. He has a lot of different things available for axial trucks. These spools are one of them, but there's several different types. You can get an aluminum one, or you can get this one. This one right here is a, this is made from all domestic, high quality, 4340 aluminum, or what, chromoly, sorry, 4340 chromoly. Basically, it's machined precisely. I mean, precisely. This is a made in American product. He makes it in-house, in-shop. It's not ordered up, you know, to specs. He builds it to spec. And basically, it is built to have an extra tight fit on those axial shafts, so that when you go to do your axle build and you're installing the axle shafts, you need to realize it's going to be a tight fitment. You're going to want to actually press them into place. Don't Dremel down the axle shafts or anything like that. The reason these are so tight is to basically induce longevity. The tighter the fitment, the longer they're going to last. All right. When there's any slop or play at all inside of your drivetrain, you're going to create damage over time. Every time you squeeze the trigger on that throttle, right? You squeeze that trigger, it sends that signal out to your receiver, which sends a signal to your ESC, which sends a signal to the motor, which spins that motor. That motor spins through your tranny gears and all that stuff, which spins out your drive shafts to your ring and pinion gear, and from there down the axle shafts to the wheels and tires, right? So if in any part of that whole system right there you have a sloppy point, like a loose point, it's not going to stay where it's at. It's going to get worse and worse every time you hit that throttle, and you're going to wind up with a lot of slop in your vehicle. It's not going to be good for performance. A lot of guys don't mind it at first, but then when you go from that to a vehicle that has no slop, it becomes very apparent what you were losing, what you're missing out on as far as performance. For those comp guys out there, you don't have to go with this one. There's a aluminum option. It's a lot lighter. However, it's for slow speed. It's for, you know, vehicles. We'll touch on that in another episode. This one is the one we're talking about this time. I'm going to pull it out of the package here and show it off to you guys. I want you to get a good look at this. Let me get my fat fingers out of the way. Now this is been in my shop for a while. I've had it out of the package a few times actually. So sorry, it's a little dirty, a little dusty, but I am in love with it. I've used it to mock up a few axle builds and things, but I'm in love with these. Absolutely in love with them. The tolerances are amazing. The machine work is awesome. As you can see, very clean, very, very simple, actually. It's not overdone. And something else that we want to touch on is the ends of these, where you place your bearings on here. How's it? They're in phase, and I don't know how to explain that other than they're perfectly machined so that your axles will be true to each other. They will spin perfectly in line. They won't be off at all, creating a wobbly effect or anything like that. They will be perfectly aligned so that your axles will spin true. That's extremely important. These also fit stock axial gears, or you can use aftermarket ring and pinion. For instance, the axial HD ring and pinion gears are what I use most of the time. See if I got any of those sitting around here. I think I got one right here. And this is an old beat up one. As you can see, fits right in place. Let me line up the holes there. Boom. Fits perfectly inside of that. Now, this is an old dirty one here, but you guys get the point. So, that being said, you guys, it is something I use in a lot of my builds. The blue Jeep right there has these spools, front and rear. The yellow Jeep, I believe, now has the spools front and rear as well. What else? The Grape Ape has these spools front and rear. Actually, it's on this side. Whoop, that one right there. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me give you an example of what to look for, how you can tell if you've got too much slop in your drivetrain. This right here, this is a Trail Finder 2, right? An RC four-wheel drive Trail Finder 2. This is my D22 Nissan Frontier build. As you can see, it is beat up. It's not pretty at this point. You can see all the scratches all over it, right? You look underneath, look at the drivetrain, just beat. Dude, the axles are beat, there's rust. Look at the drive shafts, just beat. Everything's beat, right? Well, this is one of my favorite trucks, so I used it a lot, right? Now, let me show you something here. When you, well, let's start like this. This is play in your drivetrain. See that? How far that rolls? It's in gear right now. Should not roll that much. Now what's happening is there's slop in there and it's loading up. You can hear it, right? Well, this goes in the axle. So if you want to tell how there's slop in that, lift it up, grab one wheel, right, and move that wheel. See how much movement there is there? That should not move that much. That's moving that much because inside of here, the I keep saying the ring and pinion, but really it's just the pinion gear. I mean, really it's just the ring gear, not the pinion gear. The ring gear has a locker attached to it, and that locker has probably, these holes right here, have probably been wallowed out. They've been basically used so much that it's turned them from being square to slightly round. Instead of being like that, they're kind of like that now, which means that things flopping around in there. It creates extra play. Not something we're really cool with, not something we want, not something that will help you. If anything, it will hurt your performance when you're trying to do a comp or when you're trying to do a trail ride. So that being said, you guys, this is my recommended upgrade. This is something I go to a lot, and just to be clear one more time, Torque Master spool. This is for your Axial AX10, SCX10, Wraith, and Yeti. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Peace and chicken grease. I'm going to see you on the next episode. And be sure to leave in the comments what you guys want to know about from Holmes Hobbies. What are you curious about? What products do you want to see? Do you want to see them in use? How do you want to see them being used? What questions do you have? Let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you guys. We'll get them all answered. It takes me time, but they will get answered. Alright, you guys. Thank you again. I'll see you on the next episode. Shoots!